Thank
All
you
right.
so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Plot Margaret. Welcome to earGROUND, Your Voices Amplified. It's an honor. It's a pleasure to have you guys joining in. The word has been on the street. It's online. It's offline. People are talking about it. Wadiwa Wepa Moyo is the most happening TV series that has ever emerged from Zimbabwe with 150,000 views in 24 hours. This is a blockbuster. And I have the pleasure of speaking to one of the lead actors from the production as we get ready for episode 9, which is up tomorrow. I'll be speaking to BIKO. BIKO, and everyone was listening. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us here on earGROUND.
Thanks for having me in there.
Great. So I'm not going to take much of your time. Just to start off with, BIKO, DILLON MAFUKIDZE, tell us a bit about your background. What is your background? What is upbringing? Like, which neighborhood did you grow up in? Yeah.
Alright, so in Ndara, you know the DILLON MAFUKIDZE. That's like my real name. I'm 22 till my next birthday. I'm gonna June, manje. To face a warm up every day. I grew up. I was born in Gweru, but then 2 weeks after birth, I moved to Harare with my parents. My parents actually moved with me, rather. And then ndakurira muHarare kusvika grade 5 ndaibva paDavid Livingstone. Ndabva ndatransfer ndakuuya kuShavane, where I'm based right now. From grade 6 up to now, is in more 4th year by MSU, data mining engineering. So yeah, I'm actually the third in a family of 3. I have a big sister and a brother, and one mother who loves me. Unfortunately, my dad is deceased. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Growing up with 3 siblings, moving from Gweru to Harare, from Harare to Zishavane, where we are now based, and now you've blown up. You're the most talked about character, one of the most talked about characters from the production, and you've done super impressive. But you're studying something else. I would have thought that you're studying maybe media or you're studying theater and film, but you're studying mining engineering at the Midlands State University. Wow. I'm trying to combine all of these things, but I'll ask you, what got you into acting?
I basically think we can never run away from ourselves. So I would like to believe it as I have always been an actor, but it just took me time to discover that. Yes.
Wow. But what sort of influence did you have, acting influence? Was there anyone who was in the arts within your family, your community, your environment, in Harare or in Shavane?
Apparently, there wasn't anyone close to me, like from my neighborhood, my family, or anywhere close by. I actually attended schools which never had even drama clubs. So influence, actually, I just drew it. I think I was just self-driven mostly. But yes, of course, I look up to some other people from the industry as I am growing in the industry as well. But I never had so much direct influence from anyone.
Wow. Great. And Wadiwa Wepa Moyo, how did you get to be part of the cast? Did you know anyone before? Was this your first production? And how did you get to be part?
Oh, so okay. What happens is that 2017, I enrolled like MSU 2017. I started engaging with the film and theater department at the department where College Central was gave birth at. So these guys, they advertised an open audition for one of their feature films, Toro the Tribe, where I got my first acting role as Tapio. So I attended an audition. So I would rather say I was discovered from an open audition by College Central. From there, we started working together. The following year, we did short film Things We Do for Love. From there, I've been called up to other productions, some released, some unreleased, and so I think they have believed in me from way back. So Wadiwa Wepa Moyo, I didn't really audition for it, but they just had to believe in me, I think.
Wow. And how difficult was it your first time in front of the camera? How difficult or how easy was it?
I doubt it was very difficult for me. Like I enjoy doing what I do. So to me, it's not more about me being tense, thinking of kuti vanhu vanozoona this and what do they think or who is watching or what. I just do it because it brings joy to me. That it's coincidence that the result just comes out well, but in any quantity it's just for personal satisfaction mostly. Kuti ndinotongoenjoy kuacta kwachona.
Wow, great. And did it take time for you to get along with some of the characters that are in the production? Did you know anyone apart from the director? Was there anyone that you knew before, or you guys got to know each other on set and develop a relationship there?
Oh, so amongst the cast, I think the only two people I knew were Mantawa and Mona Lisa Shami. But I hadn't acted in any production with Sis Shami really. We just met because she was part of College Central at some point. And, yeah, well, I happened to know her. Everson, we've done other productions together. Actually, Everson, when I started knowing him, he was directing me in his other play, which he did for some project when you are still in college. He actually directed me there, and we established a friendship from there. So I have known him. So yeah, but it didn't feel like I didn't know any other person there because everyone met me. So I feel so comfortable. Like it just felt like family, really.
Great. To those that are watching, kindly bear with us when our connection goes up and down, but we'll keep trying to resuscitate the network and see how everything goes. Now, you appear on Wadiwa Wepa Moyo, and this film, this series blows up. Your life is changing, I must presume. Your status has changed. You used to walk on the street, maybe people would not take notice of you, but now wherever you go, people now know you and they regard you as BIKO. How have you handled this? How has this impacted on your life?
I think it's amazing, really, to be noticed by a lot of strangers, should I say. It's been amazing. The love has been so much overwhelming. I'm a Zimbabwean, and yeah, to some extent, I'm still learning to handle the fame. Like I'm new to it. It's like we'll make mistakes here and there, but then I'm trying to be content and to compose myself.
Great. Since Wadiwa Wepa Moyo is going on air, are there any some highlights of your experiences or moments that you would say, wow, from being part of this production, 1 to 3 things have been happening or have happened to my life?
Excuse me, I didn't get the question. I lost you somewhere.
Okay, cool. Now I was saying, from the day that Wadiwa Wepa Moyo went on air, what are some of the highlights of your experiences so far? Is there something that happened or that has been happening that you feel, wow, because of this production, now these things are happening?
Apparently, I'm getting a lot of calls from other people who want to work with me, and yeah, that has been amazing as well. Wadiwa Wepa Moyo, I would say, has opened doors for me in the industry. I think this marks me starting my journey in the industry, and as well from the fans, I've received so much love. Like Dichifamba and Kumbira myself, that's just amazing. Yeah.
And at 22, did you ever imagine this? Did you see this coming?
At 22, I would lie, but I knew at some point in time I would break my way into the industry because I think I've lived a lot of these moments in my mind. It's like it's deja vu, but it's deja vu somehow.
Nice one. But are you going to continue with your studies in mining and engineering, or are you going to drop out at some point and then continue with your acting?
I will stick to plan A. Plan A when I started was I would finish school, and school would be my backup financially, because entirely I got into mining because I'm there for the money. At some point in time I will need to pay bills. Saka the industry yedu acting muzimu mamiriro yakaita, it's a gamble. You don't know, are you going to make it financially or not. Saka I think I would need somewhere to have a fallback on. Saka ndichapedza degree, and probably I'm going to practice for a few years. That is if it doesn't work out well for me in acting. But if it does, sekukurumidza kudaro, I think I'll just finish my degree because I'm already in my 4th year. I'm just waiting to graduate with my degree next year. So yeah, I think I'll just finish and keep my degree for some other time. But just irrelevant industry degree.
Wow, but it's quite interesting. Now you're in your 4th year and you're still managing to act. How do you balance your time?
Kubalansa, I think I think, yeah, anyway, kubalansa chinhu chinotongonetsa, kudivide attention yako chinhu chinonetsa. I would not lie. Sometimes I have problems with some of my lecturers, because sometimes I'm maybe struggling in a module, and then the other time a film comes out and I'm there. Saka munanenga achiti pana was serious, but I think you can never run away from yourself at the end of the day. But again, I would want to look at it from a point of view, if I've managed to move from year 1 to the 4th year, I think I can make it. Saka I'm balancing, yeah.
Great. And you're talking there about running away from yourself. How far out is your personality as Dillon far away from the personality of BIKO? Are you one and the same person, or somehow there's a complete opposite of your personality and your character?
Well, I would want to say I'm a funny guy. Yeah, I am fun to be around and want to be around, just like BIKO. But then I think BIKO sometimes I know the blowers in out of proportion. BIKO, I don't respect even my personal space is around. It's like plus the BIKO and a chin, and there I'm a clean guy.
And now you're clean shaven and all looking cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
But is BIKO, I mean, is Dillon as flirty as he is when he's playing BIKO? Is that your personality? And are you a ladies' man, or you're just somebody who's very focused and?
Who doesn't want the ladies, man?
Quite interesting, because I was talking there to Shido, and she says of late she's been getting so many messages into her inbox, and a lot of them are coming from guys. And I'm starting to think, when you're saying this, that, I mean, how much traffic are you getting into your DM, and how much of that is coming from the ladies?
Now let me tell you what's happening, Plot.
Yeah.
For WhatsApp, like, to understand as zvichiitika muzimbe zvokuti isusu tinonyatsa kushandisa WhatsApp more than anything else. Saka pane magroups anocreatwa, saka there are a lot of groups emafans all around the country. Now approach the admins vachida kuti ndimbopinda just to say hi, because the fans want that anyway. Saka pandinopinda manje, people won't stick to like the original line yekuti suicide from kuzoenda inbox kwenvesi, because I cannot manage to talk to everyone at the end of the day. Like, in as much as I would want, but it's just becoming impossible. But I would rather say I have a lot of strangers in my DM.
I'll pass the word to my friend. I don't know if you know him. His name is Tafadzo Zimoy from the Herald. Yeah, and he's a big fan of Wadiwa Wepa Moyo, and he's been referring to me as his BIKO. I don't know what he's trying to imply there, but yeah.
Oh, I saw his post. Yeah.
You saw his post.
I saw his post.
Nice one. But now people are referring the personality BIKO to so many other scenarios. Do you see some of these posts, and what's your reaction when you see people talking about BIKO on so many instances?
For starters, I think it's amazing that people have appreciated the show to that extent. Like, people relating to the show. To us, as the makers of the show, it's actually overwhelming, and yeah, it's humbling. And then uh, after another player character BIKO, and after response one, I now reflect to the character, and I've thought out, this guy is actually relatable. Like funny, you have a lot of lessons to learn from him. Like the
Yes.
lessons you could this guy is actually good. If everyone could be equal to someone in the world, I think the world would be a better place. Like I think he's just an amazing guy.
Oh, great, great. And talking about creating an amazing world, internet right now is disrupting, and you guys, you have managed to disrupt that. Um, what would you say to a young creative who's there, in maybe in Gweru or in Budiriro or in Mutare, who's watching right now and who feel so much inspired seeing a 22-year-old writing a new piece of history? And I think this is what you guys are doing. What would you say to them? They're creative, or they are ambitious to become a creative somehow, but they are a bit challenged.
I believe in following your dreams, because in any zandinonyanyisa kukoshesa in life is being happy, I think. So if you have something you're very passionate about, I think the fulfillment of you doing that thing and satisfaction as awareness or brings happiness. So I would advise anyone who's out there who's willing to chase whatever they want to chase, could just go for it. So people who come at you never negative comments. Like I will tell you, I'm in engineering right now, and some of the people would like have a negative mind towards it. Could you with engineering, but you spend more of your time acting? People will say things. I say, if you know what you want, if it brings joy to you, then just do that.
Wow, great, great. And now you're on lockdown. Everybody's on lockdown. How are you coping? How are you managing? What's your routine like? Is it easy
Man,
for you?
man, I'm receiving a lot of lectures from my mom, man. It's just
I hope you're on lockdown alone, that kind of thing. That's what your mom is saying.
yeah, man. But it's actually a good thing to do. People stay indoors
Yeah,
because
yeah.
this corona thing is actually real, man, and it's taking a lot of lives. Like, let's just stay indoors, people.
That's great. And talking about mother love there, how does your mother relate to you when she sees you on TV, she sees you on the big screen? And what is this done to your relationship with your mother?
Man, my relationship with my mother has always been amazing. I would say my mom is actually my best friend. She's
Wow.
a friend to the extent that kana ndikawana marose ndichiita script zangu, she actually helps me like study the
Wow.
script, the character and everything. Saka she's so much engaging, she's so much supportive. Like the rest of the family is as well. I have an amazing family. They're very supportive.
Wow, great. And talking about support, before we close our interview, what would you say, what would you suggest right now if you had a chance to just speak to, say, our Honorable Minister of Arts, Youth and Culture and Sports, Minister Kirsty Coventry, or to Mr. Nicholas Moyo at the National Art Council there, he's watching probably. What would you have to say in terms of support, in terms of creating an enabling environment as creatives, as artists?
With all due respect, I would want to plead with them to relook into the industry of entertainment, the arts, sports, and cultural industry.
Yeah.
I would want them to readdress issues such as the industry now seems more like it's just luxury or entertainment. You have to living out of it, but people are not making a living out of it. So it's just an optional thing. If you look at other countries like South Africa, for example, they have a very viable film industry.
Yes.
It's because they value their artists that much. They know they can invest in them and they can bring back to the country. Nigeria, for example, their GDP, like economical GDP, is largely contributed by film. So we can make it as well, but it just needs proper planning. We need to to re-educate our people, which artists are just as valuable as engineers, as doctors, and yeah, I think it the grassroots to the top. John, we need to re-educate our people, which artists are valuable as well.
Wow, great. And talking about value, talking about inspiration, which are the notable artists or actors from Zimbabwe that you might say these inspired me?
Fortunately enough, I've worked with one of like the actors I always looked up to, Chati Butao, the guy who played Godobori in Gringo the Troublemaker.
Oh wow! Okay.
Do you know? Yeah, Chati Butao. Yeah, that guy is amazing. That I look up to him. I also looked up to Lazarus Bora. Yeah, shout out to Gringo. He's an amazing actor.
Great.
I didn't really have much chance to really see John Banda. I've only seen him in file things, but then yeah, he's an amazing actor as well. And Leroy Gopao, yeah, Leroy Gopao is amazing too.
Great. I hope Leroy is watching. And talking about John Banda, may his soul rest in peace. Has anybody ever made any reference to say you remind us of John Banda somehow?
A lot, man. That actually triggered me going to check his work, and I was like, wow, so I'm actually that good. People believe in me because that guy was amazing, I think. Wow. Yeah.
Dope. The reincarnation of John Banda. Wow. And 5 years from now, where do we see you?
5 years from now, ndinenge tori mawani, ndinenge riri bhomba because tinongotira kuti Hollywood yachiona ngaitongoya kuno kuZimbabwe and then tinenge takutongopisa hapana. Chevin achafanwa sara asina option. Anofanwa kutongoti ini kana ndikatongofa ndisina movie naDillon zvadhakwa.
Great. And as you're walking on the street, are there moments where you see somebody and then they say, "Imbondi ektiro kachipisi cheche"? Do you experience that?
I really haven't seen anybody saying the actor or something, but people would just start laughing and I'm like, why are you laughing, man? That's what I call it. Okay, it's the joke, the BIKO. It's like, no.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And what keeps you grounded? What keeps you humble?
I'm a prayerful person. My mom has groomed me to be a very prayerful person, and she has taught me that you need to be humble, stay humble, always. And that's what brings opportunities. People don't want to work. Nemuna knows the boss. Hey man, I did Wadiwa Wepa Moyo and BIKO Saga. At the end of the day, we just need to stay humble.
Great. And yeah, lastly, your word to your fans, people that are watching you. I was not able to read all the comments, but I would definitely pass some of them to you. But what would you say to people that love your work, that are hoping and looking forward to watch you tomorrow on episode 9? And what would you want to say to them?
Guys, I love you so much. I love you so much. You know, tinogona kugadzira show and then share munhu anoiona saka tikangoita izvozvo zvinobva zvadhakwa I think. Saka the fact yekuti you take your special precious time kundiona and laughing at what I do and loving it and inboxing me even if ndisingakwanisa kupindura imese, it's just so much amazing and humbling. Like yeah, tinoenda kure kana tikangoramba takabatana sedu.
Wow. I see where you're going. I see you going far, and I wish you all the best. And thank you so much for the appreciation and being humble enough to be on this platform. It really means a lot to us. It also means a lot to the next generation of creatives because these are the narratives that inspire. There are 10, 15, or 10 or 2 people that have been inspired by a story right now, whose lives I definitely think will be transformed and changed. I'm also one person who's been inspired because I'm trying to imagine when I was 22, I don't think I was closer to this kind of thoughts, so for me it's very encouraging and inspiring, and thank you so much.
Thanks Nkomong. Thanks for the amazing motivation, the amazing words you say to me. And yeah, I'm really appreciative.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much to everybody who's been watching. We've been speaking there to Dillon Mafukidze, aka BIKO. Tomorrow is episode 9. Go on College Central on YouTube and subscribe to the channel for the latest series, the latest episode. But also, you can also watch on another platform. If you go on their Facebook page, you can actually see there's another platform where you can actually watch and support this production by simply paying $10 and then you're able to support the work that they've done. I think you all believe and appreciate that these guys are doing amazing work that we need also to support financially so that we can keep ourselves entertained, engaged, and empowered through their creative works. Until next time, my name is Plot Marco. We'll definitely keep you posted on who's next. And remember, don't miss out the Creative ZW Unlocked survey that is happening right now for a creative industry in Zimbabwe. Just go on andani.africa. And you can register, you can list yourself, participate in the survey. Until next time, New Voice Amplified, Marco, I'm out. Thanks a lot, bro. I really appreciate